I had a guy who does a podcast. He comes up to me the other day. He says he wants to talk to me about Israel. All the people at the party basically said, "Oh, well, we want to watch this," you know. So he says to me, "Look, I don't have a problem with Israel, but I have a problem with Israel's conduct of the war in Gaza." I said, "Okay, well, why do you think so? You know, have you been to Gaza? Have you been to Israel? Have you reviewed any of their strike calls when they say this strike is canceled because there's too many civilian collateral consequences?" Of course, the answer is no. But he said something else. He said, "Look, my baseline principle is humanity." He goes, "Can't you agree with me that the baseline principle has to always be humanity?" I said, "Absolutely not." I said, "Because my humanity is different from your humanity, and it's definitely different than Iran's humanity and Hamas's humanity, right? The people who lived in the places we now govern, or where my mother was born, let's put it that way, in Mexico, hundreds of years ago, their humanity was they took the best athlete in the community and they sacrificed him to the gods by cutting out his heart from his chest in front of all the cheering, adulating community, right? That's not our humanity, but that was the ethic of that particular community. So if we're just talking about humanity, I'm not going to agree with Eichmann's humanity or Khamenei's humanity or Yahya Sinwar's humanity. So we'll be talking past each other. But that's why the baseline should always be the law, because the law is the manifestation of all the countries in the world coming to the bargaining table, each with his own humanity, each with his own morality, each with his own sense of ethic. And they negotiated and they bargained away and they gave some and they got some and they hammered and chiseled until they got the baseline. And that is the law. And as you say, the law in this case, the law of genocide, was created in the aftermath of a real genocide. Okay, we know what real genocides look like in the 1940s against the Jewish people. 18 million Jews before the Holocaust. 6 years later, there's 12 million Jews, okay? A third of the Jews in the world were gone. That's a real genocide. Not like what happens in Gaza, where the population of Gaza has doubled since Israel disengaged from Gaza in 2005, and yet Israel's detractors claim that Israel has perpetrated 5 separate genocides in Gaza in those 20 years while the population was doubling, not halving. That's not genocide, okay? It's antithetical even to the definition of genocide. So the point is, when we look at the law, we say, okay, what does the law require? So we say, well, the laws of war have several elements, right? The law of distinction, that an army has to distinguish between combatants and civilians. Hamas purposefully embeds itself within and underneath civilian populations. It doesn't wear uniforms. It purposely killed on October 7th hundreds of civilians, if not more. That's a violation of the law of distinction. What about Israel? Israel, we know, has military lawyers deployed in the field with the commanders on a daily basis, canceling strikes, forbidding strikes from taking place in Gaza because there's too much of a risk of collateral consequences of civilians. Not to mention, Israel moves civilians out of the way through the most sophisticated civilian warning system the world has ever known. Again, just compare it to real genocides. Were the Nazis warning Jewish babies not to go into the gas chamber? The question is absurd even to ask it, right? So Israel's conduct is completely the opposite of what you would expect in a genocide. So in the first quarter, let's look at it like the basketball game. Israel 1 and the law of distinction, Hamas 0. And if you go through each of the rules of distinction, as we do in the book, and you come to the end of the fourth quarter, you'll see that Israel wins every inning of the game or every quarter of the game in each of the elements of the game when it comes to the laws of war and certainly the law of genocide.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this conversation, like this video, subscribe to Tikvah's YouTube channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. You can explore more about Jewish thought in the Hebrew Bible, Israel, America, and the glories of the West at ideas.tikvah.org.